Hi, my name is Tomer Zvulun, and I'm the stage director for the new production of Lucia here at the Atlanta Opera. We're opening on Saturday, November 12th. I'm very, very excited about where we are with this production so far. This is a very unique situation because it's a combination between two productions of Lucia that I've done this past year. The first one in Cleveland was a concept of a Godfather Lucia, influenced by the mafia world, film noir. It was set in the 20th century, in the 30s, 20s. And it worked very, very well with the story, I believe. Later on, when we got to Seattle, we did a completely different new production there, and we took it into the early Victorian period. Those costumes and the style of the period, hoop skirts, corsets, ideas that are very repressing. What was really interesting in the Cleveland production for me was the nature of the set that was very cinematic. There's never a pause in the show that we're doing. Every scene goes into the next one, and we don't have time to recoup from all the tragedy that unfolds in front of our eyes, and I think that that's a key to Lucia. And there's something about those projections that both throw us into different worlds and also allow us to get into Lucia's mind that is very powerful to me. So that was what we did in Cleveland. What we took from Seattle was the beautiful costume that Deb Trout designed. Lavish, colorful, gorgeous period costumes that are very appropriate in terms of the Victorian times to our story of Lucia. And the combination of those two, the costumes and the set, I think is going to make a different new take that is unique to Atlanta. We have a completely different cast than I had before. We have American soprano Georgia Jarman singing her first Lucia, and we're very excited about that. Georgia is an exceptional artist who's been singing all over the United States. I've known Georgia for the past 10 years. She's an old friend. Georgia is a very talented singer-actress, and I think that her Lucia vocally is very, very unusual. She has a very powerful voice, and it's really thrilling to encounter somebody who has the lower register and the power in the voice that she has, along with those exciting high notes that we expect. She's also a really special actress. She really needs to understand everything that she's doing, and it takes us time to come to what makes sense to her and what she is willing to do. And then when she's going there, it's absolutely unstoppable and very exciting. In the role of Edgardo, we have Jonathan Boyd, which is the first time that I'm working with. He's a very exciting young American tenor, and I think that the chemistry between him and Georgia is one thing that will make this production work, because you never see Edgardo and Lucia more than for 5 minutes at the beginning of the show, and then you have to believe that they love each other so much that they would go through the tragedy that they go through. And I think the chemistry is a key. In the role of Enrico, we have American baritone Stephen Powell, who I know from New York City Opera. We were both working on a production of Falstaff a couple of years ago, and I'm so excited to work with him on this. I think it's his second Enrico. And Stephen is a very powerful performer. He's a very strong person and personality with a very strong voice. And I think, again, the chemistry between him and Georgia, they worked on numerous shows before, is something that is very palpable and obvious, and that's something that will make this show work. Also in this production, I'm lucky to work with people that I've worked with before. Arthur Woodley, who has sung the original production in Seattle, is singing the role of Raimondo. I'm very excited to see him again. He's a fantastic bass baritone. And in the role of Arturo, the tenor who's marrying Lucia, we have the tenor Tim Culver, who sang it in Cleveland. Another artist that I'm very happy to see again here in Atlanta is Susan Nicely, who I worked with before on The Flying Dutchman. A very special and seasoned artist who is a wonderful addition to this production. This is the third production of Lucia that I'm directing, and I have a very clear idea of what I want to do with the show, but for me, what is so exciting about remounting a show and doing it again is that I have new people. And they're completely different people than the last time I've done it. And the chemistry between them is completely different. And that's the most exciting thing for a director. I don't like to come with a very, very clear idea of every move that I want them to do. Because if it doesn't make sense to them, or if it's not gonna be organic for them, it's not gonna work on stage.